with this high mass, medium mass, or low mass, what does that mean? Really what we're talking about is how much mass we get in and what is that distance there, how many tons of whatever we can do. Again, we've used sand pretty much for it. I would really love to find a project where somebody will allow me to use an earth and concrete, and that's just mixing clay with the sand, maybe even a little straw in there, so we're actually adding more mass to the same area, meaning that clay will fill in the air spaces between the sand, similar to what concrete or mortar does. And I'd love to be able to have a batch plant, just mix that up and come in and pour it in where I need it and where I want it. What would that help me do? That'd help me form this up for when we do it. It'd give me more mass, given the same cubic footage of material that I have here. So in general, we're talking, if it's a high mass, we're talking somewhere between 24 to 36 inches of material. That's a high mass. What does that mean? That means we need more panels, but that means we get a lot more storage in there. We can swing it through. In the house up in Trigo, it's got 24 inches. It's the low end of that mass. And we've got a 8-panel system, 8 4x10s on that house. And they can turn that on in August and start heating this mass up. So by the time they get to September, October, they've got a pretty high mass down there. Matter of fact, many times, then come that time, they may even have to open up windows or doors to let some of that heat out during the day so they don't overheat during the day, close it up for the cool temperatures at night. But now they can get that swing because of that 24 inches well into November or even December, when we start to lose that cloudy, we start to lose that sun time in November, December. So that's where the high mass works really well, as long as you have enough panels, which means enough money, enough mass to be able to get it. So now what happens on another job where we had rock ledge and it wasn't worth dynamiting it away, and we can only get 16 inches of mass in there. Here again is where I really wanted to do that earth and clay mix, but it wasn't in the budget to do it. So now we're talking about a medium mass. Well, what's nice about that, you can have fewer panels, you can have a quicker response time, and again, we can get maybe weeks in the high mass. We're only going to get days, maybe a week into the medium mass, and then we can talk about a low mass. We're going to get down to 12 inches in that low mass, where this is going to be a day or two worth of storage in there. But again, you wouldn't have to have as many panels on the system. You could charge that area with it and have a quicker response. We've done a bunch of different ones in that realm. Now, I would love to see one where we could tie it into a wood boiler, an outside wood boiler. We've tied it in with electric boiler, gas boiler. We've tied it in to where it'll go to 2 different houses. The one is a greenhouse barn or their main house, so that we can dump that energy someplace else. A bunch of different ways to look at it and do it. Great combination.